To another episode of the N.O.W. So we are pretty fresh off of WrestleMania or Wrestling Week, as we've been calling it. I guess a lot of the people still called it WrestleMania Week. While it's the culmination of everything, it really, to say that it's just WrestleMania is discrediting half of the events that we went to.
True.
So, I will start off by saying I do have a complaint about Wrestling Week. That there were some events that were almost too big. And I don't mean necessarily like, I don't like crowds. I'm talking that they had so many events packed into that one big event that they went on too long. We experienced it a couple times to where one of the things that we'll talk about here, WildKat, when we got there, because they had so many matches that they wanted to do, it looked like they literally started the matches as the door was opening, because we got there right at about 5:30 when pre-show was supposed to start.
Mm-hmm.
And when we got in there and got seated, the first match was already, the first match that was announced, which was taking place on pre-show, was finishing.
I think too they may even started a couple minutes earlier because WildKat was worried about the next show.
Yeah, there was so many events that were taking place at Wrestlecon.
Right.
I think within 30 minutes or an hour of WildKat letting out, they had that Wrestlecon Super Show thing where they had, I know they had Omega and Emma or Tennille
Dashwood, now she's called, yeah.
I think Cody made an appearance at that thing. I mean, it was a pretty packed event to where when we left, the line was wrapping around the building.
Right.
They had to basically block it off to where that was one slight complaint. I know that I think both of y'all mentioned that when the show ended, you wanted to be able to go grab a shirt or some sort of souvenir of the event, or just WildKat merch. But the way that they had the line, I guess, going, it had it to where you couldn't get to the merch tables.
Right. Yeah, because everybody was in line for the next show, so we couldn't even go get merch, which was kind of crazy.
Let's see. But all in all, that event was a superb way to start off the week.
Well, I'll say this about the WildKat show. You guys did great in getting those seats. We had the best seats in the house.
Yeah, we had fifth row right there by the
entrance.
Ramp. Yeah.
Right where the entrance. So we could literally, we're right here next to the wrestlers. And then we're sitting fifth row, and there was nobody behind us sixth row. So Dave had made all kind of posters before the show, so we could stand up, we could hold the posters, we could do whatever we wanted, we could take the show over if we wanted. We did do that.
We tried.
Yeah, we tried.
And it was awesome. It was one of the best, most fun shows I've ever been to.
Yeah, it was an incredible show. If I had to say my favorite match, as much we talked about the indifference that we had towards Anthony.
Yes.
That was probably one of my favorite matches, was the Steve Anthony match with Mr. 450, just because of the howls alone.
Yes. Yeah, so Mr. 450, what he would do, well, first off, he came out in like this wolf gimmick thing, and we just started laughing. We're like, this is ridiculous. But then before he would hit him, he would be like, "Arr!" And then we would all do it. And then it just kept going on and on throughout the match, and we're dying laughing. And actually, 450, he's an awesome wrestler.
Yeah, that was a really good match as
Yeah.
well.
And we were booing the hell out of Steve Anthony, and he actually took it pretty well, and actually came up to us after the match and was like, "Hey guys, I'm glad y'all are into it. Thanks for supporting us," or something. And we're still like, "Whoa, whoa." But he was cool, you know.
Not me. I picked him for the win.
You did.
So, what would you say was your favorite match?
I mean, that was really good. The Steve Anthony 450. I mean, that was an awesome match, and I also liked Johnny Flex and Ken Dixon.
Yeah.
It was slow at the beginning, and like Ken Dixon, I don't know if he's playing or not, but he as a heel, you just want to hate him. He just seems like a dick in real life. And when Johnny Flex came back and beat him, I thought that was like the feel good moment of the show.
My favorite match was Jay Spade winning or continuing to keep the title. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I was so happy to see Ken Dixon lose, but I was even happier to see old Stevie Richards lose.
Well,
but he's okay.
I was real happy to see Flex win the belt.
Right.
From what I've heard, behind the scenes, he's like one of the most dedicated dudes on the roster. That for 2 years or whatever that he's been in it, he hasn't missed a practice, and I think they practice like 3 or 4 times a week.
Wow.
To where and I think that he lives further out from the city, so he's driving in every day to go to practice.
You know, it's funny when you
Plus,
said,
I'm sure that they're required to make appearances at the gym.
right. But I remember you told me that story right before maybe the show. So after he won and he's got the belt and Pump Patrol's passing us, I was like, hard work pays off, Johnny. Hard work pays off. So I'm sure that'll be on TV at some point.
Some other shocking moments. Let's see. Shane Douglas attacking Luke Hawx again.
That was unacceptable. Security should have been ready for that.
And during that match, it looked like, I think, Damian 666 was legit injured in that match.
Yeah.
Because he was out for a bit right there near us.
Right. Then he went out like limping in the back.
Yeah, and then Luke, getting attacked from behind over there, kind of to the left of us.
Mm-hmm.
That was...
You know what was odd about that? They didn't even, and I guess this is to make it look like a real shoot here, but Shane Douglas, he didn't jump over the barricades or anything. He just...
Yeah, I think he just whacked them from over the barricade.
Like he was one of the fans, and everybody's like, what the hell is going on?
Well, I remembered seeing a few guys over there that were wearing the Wyatt sheet masks and, just random wrestling style masks and, luchador masks, stuff like that. And I just figured, okay, they're just hardcore fans.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No big deal. It's WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah.
People are out there wearing everything wrestling.
Yeah.
Throughout the weekend, I think we ran into, I remember a fake Jim Neidhart.
Yeah.
Going into WrestleMania, I saw
I saw a Bret Hart.
I saw a Hogan. I saw a Piper and a Shinsuke.
Okay, yeah.
And then numerous others that we saw throughout the weekend. The fake Bellas.
The Repo Man was awesome.
Yeah, the Repo Man and
Vader.
And Vader, yes.
Yeah. That was good.
So, seeing people in masks, it's not unusual.
Right.
So, I'm assuming that he was one of those guys in the mask. I was watching all the events that were taking place around us.
Right.
Like I said, literally right next to us, Damian 666 is laid out. You've got the Knights who were flying all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
PJ was really impressive.
Yeah, PJ was good. I really think the younger Knight, the son, man, he's only like 19 years
Was
old.
it
or
Ricky
20.
Yeah.
Jr., I think?
Yeah, I mean, he was incredible. I could see him in the WWE and maybe, or NXT in just a couple years. I feel like he was that good. What do y'all think?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I definitely see where he could be WWE material.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, especially with Paige being now a general manager,
Right.
I have to imagine that could possibly speed it up. Plus, all the talk of the movie that they're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't surprise me in the next few months with all the movie or miniseries, whatever that they did related to Paige. It wouldn't surprise me if we see him make some sort of appearance.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's see. Any other matches of significance?
A match I was disappointed with, and I don't think it was these guys' fault. The Matt Lancey Danny Flamingo match. I felt like they didn't have enough time to really get in their kind of full story, hard hitting type of match that they usually have.
Yeah, I wouldn't surprise me in the least if we see a rematch of that.
Mm-hmm. To where they can maybe get like 10 more minutes and just
Yeah.
beat the hell out of each other.
Let's see. The
Rated X is coming up. Best of 3.
Oh, there you go.
another one that was a good one. The three-way match right in the beginning with Mike Dell,
Oh, yeah.
where right as the guy, I think it was Connolly that won, right as he came out, you yelled, "Who are you?
Yeah, I
who
mean-
are you?" And he turns back and he just yells at you,
Oh.
"I'll show you who the hell I am."
Yeah, he might have even dropped an F-bomb at me. He was pissed. He was pissed. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah. Who are you? Who are you?
Let's see. The Savannah Evans match wasn't bad. I thought that they told a pretty good story in the ring. The Hurricane handouts
Stand out.
versus Pump Patrol.
Yeah, I mean, I like Pump Patrol being in the match. I kind of thought, man, it's kind of crazy they're putting the Hurricane here and like this part of the card, you know. But I mean, I thought it was an entertaining match.
I was happy to see that Edrin Stone had a tag team partner. I mean, really, we thought the handouts were going somewhere, and wherever they are, that is what it is. But, you know, Edrin Stone, yeah, man, Hurricane is definitely somebody good to put him up next to. Plus, he was used to wearing green already. Hurricane wears green.
It's a win-win.
A win-win.
And I liked how the Hurricane had his fist, the
The gauntlet,
yeah, the
that was
gauntlet,
cool.
Yeah.
the Infinity Gauntlet. Let's see, any of these other matches that were really something to talk about there that I'm seeing here?
I think we
I mean,
covered the
they
good
were
stuff.
all entertaining. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, but I mean that's really the highlight ones that we wanted to.
I still want to know who's taking responsibility for letting Shane Douglas get in the door and get that close.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
sure
I mean, this has happened at the
I
two
mean-
shows already.
It's either security is not ready for whatever, or Luke Hawx isn't ready for whatever. Which is it?
Well, I think it's just that he somehow bought a ticket, and
Oh, that's no excuse.
well, I mean, once
No
you buy
excuse.
a ticket, it's if you play it right, hurry up and sneak in and make your move, and that's what I assume he had to do.
Well,
Again, I didn't get a good shot on when he attacked him. I was watching, and then all of a sudden, Luke's there and Luke's not there.
When do y'all think WildKat will air this show?
What the
Their Wrestlecon show, like on their TV show.
I don't know. I really don't know. Just because I know they're still kind of trying to lead up some of the storylines, so we may not see it for a
quite
few
some
months.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine we'll see it that soon. And when we do, it'll probably be a match at a time. Or at least in the format they do it right now, we'll see it a match or two at a time.
Yeah.
But I know they're really pushing the Vimeo stream thing that you can get with them as well. And from what I understand, they put a lot of footage up there. It seems like almost before it even makes it to TV,
Okay.
or stuff that they're like, maybe this was too wild for TV. You know, like in the instance where we potentially got an F-bomb dropped at us. Or,
Right. Yeah.
So, I know also that this weekend, WildKat has a event that they're doing. They're doing it in conjunction with the Magnolia Adult Services Center, to where it's mostly a show for the, I guess, the residents or the members of the Magnolia Adult Services
I would imagine it's them and their family members.
and their family, and they opened it up to a small amount of fans.
Cool.
And I know one of the big things that they were encouraging fans to do was sponsor a kid to, or one of their participants to attend, or for their family member. And with their admission, it included a shirt for them. That more of the cost was for a shirt than it was for admission.
Cool.
So yeah, I have tickets for that. So I'm sure we'll have updates on that in the upcoming show.
Okay.
Anything else really hot that we want to talk about with WildKat here?
I think the only last thing was right before the show, we all got to meet Billy Gunn. Remember that?
Oh, we did, yes.
And he was
Yeah.
really, really nice.
We had the Mr. Ass sign.
Yes, I was holding the Mr. Ass sign. I
Yeah.
know we put it on Facebook. Did you put it on the page?
Yeah.
Okay, great. But he was super cool. Mark actually asked him right before the shot, hey, if I take my ass out, is it cool? And Billy goes, I don't do whatever you want. But he was really nice with us, and it looked like he was just having fun the whole night. He was happy to be there.
Yeah, all the, I guess the guests, shall you call them?
Right.
The Billy Guns, the, to an extent, Bob Holly, and even Stevie Richards.
Mm-hmm.
And Hurricane. You could tell that they were not just like, I'm here for a paycheck. You
Right,
could tell
yeah.
that they were having a good time with
Mhm.
everything that they were doing.
Yes, I agree.
So, all in all, great show. Thank you, WildKat.
Mm-hmm.